You can light that. It's like an incense. These are the ghost beads, the Didze. Yad Eitene, Masan and Ishlang. Good afternoon. Hello. We're on another road trip to show you how the Dene people, the Dene, use these different trees for medicine of all sorts. And today we have what we call Gad. This is juniper. And we know it's a female tree. Why? Because it has little seedlings on here. These are called Didze. I have my notes. This is juniper cedar berries. These are juniper cedar berries that you can see here. It's called Didze. It has some medicinal reasons for use for the Navajos. You've heard of ghost beads. It comes from the fact that we are told that it protects and wards off evil. And I think the white people have kind of just said, okay, sounds like a ghost thing, and you know, it's ghost beads. In fact, I have on my wrist my bracelet. I will come up and show you. And this is the ghost bead. They call them ghost bead bracelets. People make necklaces and bracelets and things like that. I need to tell you this. As a child, my grandmother on my bed, my little cradle, she had one of these hanging to protect me, as well as she had a little bracelet for me to ward off the evil spirits. I love that part. Anyways, we'll continue. Number 2 here, when the men went to war, they were given a ceremonial called the Enemy Way Ceremony. And this is where they take the nettles of this juniper and they would boil them and have them drink it. And it's to ward off their enemies, as well as it was used back then. Remember when people came back and had PTSD? Navajos, Dene people, they would use this. Very interesting. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how much. Just know that the medicine man would prepare this and have the person in the military to drink this to help them. Now, there are other reasons we use the juniper, the culinary reasons here. I'm going to show this to you in a bit, where there's a Navajo juniper ash. It's called Gad Batash. It's ash. You can ingest this, eat it. When you make the blue corn mush, and even 1 cup of the blue corn mush with the ash, you have 802 milligrams of calcium. Pretty cool. And remember, we didn't have cows. The Dene didn't have cows. Some did, but we didn't drink it readily like white people do. And so, beautiful source of calcium from the ash. They also make a mush. They call it anashgish, and the Hispanics call it atole. We call it adole, okay, adola. And that's the pudding, the mush. The blue corn is called nadadoj, and that's the blue corn you mix with the ash. Number 3, the blue corn pancakes. It's called abe masa. It's pancakes, but it's with blue corn. It's wonderful. The other is the nutritional benefits. You have calcium, vitamin D, and niacin. Number 5, you can boil these nettles. And I boil them, I burn them in the house, and guess what? It cleanses the air of virus and bacteria. How cool is this? This is the coolest juniper on earth. To help us in this time, when I get home, I will burn this and show you how the Navajo, the Dene, make the ash. I will show you. I did apologize to Mother Earth for taking a twig off the juniper. Anytime you take this juniper, you don't cut it here on the stem, you just cut the twigs off, which I did here. As you thank your mother, you know, they say tsin asa, and so you thank her and bless her for sharing, and that you didn't ruin her, but she has given this to you for your health and your strength and for your enjoyment. Here is a twig. Now, if you notice, these are the ghost beads. These are the didze. And I will prepare this in a bit to take off the shells, and then lo and behold, you will have your seeds, which is the beads, the ghost beads. That's basically the didze. And so I wanted to show this to you. It's really awesome. There's so much you can do with this. And what I'm showing is what I know. There's so much more that you can do with this juniper tree, its nettles, and there's more medicinal culinary things that can be done. And I wanted to share that with you today. Thank you, and I will see you in just a bit. We are going to be doing the juniper ash. So in Navajo, it's called gadbitesh. Gadbitesh. Now, this can be dangerous. You need to get the juniper, just the twigs, and use a long extension because this can be hot. Now I hope I can stand the heat. I'm just probably going to do one and I'll show you. This will catch fire. And see? And you have to be very careful. Only adults do this. I hope you can see what's going on here. Now, what you do is you catch the ash, you let this burn. You have to be very safe. Because the wind does change direction, if you can tell. And look at, you can see where the ash is starting. And I'm going to let some of this finish burning. There's little pieces of green parts there. And this is also what you burn to cleanse the air. The properties are the virus and the bacteria in the air. It cleanses your home. You can boil these twigs, and take the needles off and put them in a pan and boil it. I'm just going to show you really quick the ash. Okay, can you see? The wind's blowing all the ash away, but here is the ash. This is what you put with the cornmeal, and I was saying it has fantastic calcium when you mix it with blue corn. So that's for the gadbitesh. I also wanted to show you out in the reservation, we have these little containers. You can purchase these. You take the nettles and you take them off, and you can burn these in here. I mean, it takes a bit, but here is the container with some of the nettles, and you can light that and sit this in the kitchen or anywheres in your house like an incense, and cleanse your house. So that's just a sample of what I wanted you to see. Another part of the juniper properties, just beautiful. And there's so much more you can do with this, not just cleansing the air and partaking of it. And always thank Sin Asa, dear Mother Earth. Always remember that. So we've learned about the juniper, and it's called gad. We've learned about the juniper berries called didze, and we also burnt the juniper, which is called gadbitesh. And next time we are going to learn about how to prepare the didze, the juniper berries, so that you can get to know how to process the berries and make your own jewelry. So from Navajo Grandmother, thank you so much, and please subscribe. Thank you for all the wonderful comments, and I look forward to seeing you again. I will see you next time. Hagone.